Hey, we're going to learn how to add negatives. So let's start with the easy case where you have two negative numbers added together. But before we do that, let's pretend we had only two positive numbers added together. Well, if you had 5 plus 2, then that means go 5 steps to the right and then 2 steps to the right, which is the same thing as taking 7 steps to the right. So, of course, the answer is 7. But if you do -5 plus -2, well, that means you go 5 steps to the left and then 2 steps to the left, which is the same thing as taking 7 steps to the left. So that means that the answer is -7. So if I gave you another one, let's say it was -6 plus -2, well, it's basically the same as 6 plus 2. But the answer is negative. So when you add two negative numbers together, all you have to do is just add them together and make sure that your answer stays negative. But now let's talk about what would happen if you had one negative number and one positive. And let's consider two different ones. Let's say -5 plus 2 and also 5 plus -2. Now, if you went 5 steps to the left and then you took 2 steps to the right, it would be as if you only took 3 steps to the left. But because to the left, the answer is negative. But if you did 5 steps to the right and then 2 steps to the left, well, that would be the same thing as just taking 3 steps to the right. Now, because it's to the right, that means that the answer is positive. So if I gave you something like -6 plus 2, the answer would be -4. If it was 6 plus -2, the answer would be +4. So very, very similar when you only have one negative. When you have one negative, you need to subtract the two numbers in both cases, but then if your bigger number is negative, your answer is negative. If your bigger number is positive, your answer is positive. But when you have two negatives, it's way easier than that. All you have to do is just add those two numbers together. All right, so let's make sure that we've got the point by doing another set of examples. Let's say we had something like -10 plus -2. Well, that would be very similar to 10 plus 2, which is 12, but this would be -12. If you happen to have -10 and a +2, then that means you subtract the two numbers. But because the bigger number is negative, that means that my answer is also negative. So it's actually -8. If it was 10 plus -2, that one would be +8 because the bigger number was positive. Let's try another couple. Let's say it was -3 plus -4. That would be -7. If it was -3 plus 4, 4 minus 3 is 1. And the bigger number is 4, so that means because that's positive, my answer is positive. If it was 3 plus -4, well, that one would be a -1 because my bigger number is negative, so my answer is negative. All right, so let's say you had something like -8 plus 5. Oh my God, I subtract, and answer is -3 because the bigger number is negative. If it was 8 plus -5, answer's +3. If it was -8 plus -5, answer's -13. I hope you are now a adding negative numbers master to the point where you can go faster than pulling out that stupid old calculator. All right, take care, everyone.